for part of this project, I brought ASL into the autism classroom that I work in. I thought it would be interesting to see if some of the kids could pick up some of the signs. Um, the classroom that I work in, there's 3 nonverbal students and 2 more high-functioning autistic kids. So it was a little hard, but not all of them picked it up. Actually, not very many of them at all. They picked up a couple of the letters and some of the numbers, and they know how to say hi and bye and stuff like that. And then one of the nonverbal students also knows more, which is this, and he knows yes, which is this, and no, which is this. Other than that, he doesn't really know anything else. It's a great thing to use in a special ed classroom, especially I want to be a special ed teacher, so I think it'd be a great thing to bring into the classroom. So when in the classroom that I worked in, most of the stuff I did with them was the alphabet and the numbers. So I'm going to do those for you right now. Here's numbers 1 through 20. Here's the alphabet. For the majority of the 20-time questions that we had to ask at the beginning, a lot of them centered around using how to use ASL in a classroom and how it would benefit my job and what's the best way to learn. So I want to be a special ed teacher, and I think it would be a great thing to learn how to sign, because I would be able to communicate with my students that also know how to sign, and even if they had an interpreter, I would be able to talk to them one-on-one instead of going through the interpreter. And I think that's a very important thing. You're able to know your students better, and they'll see you in a different light because they'll be able to talk to you instead of going again through the translator. The best way to learn, I think, would either probably be in a classroom. I've tried for actually years now to learn it, and doesn't ever really work, because I tend to forget it, and I think for languages especially, you have to use it constantly to keep up with that. So I think probably taking a class and actually using it 24, like not 24/7, but like using it a lot, that would help a lot more than just learning off videos and stuff. Another thing I looked up was, are there different types of sign language? And yes, there are. There's British Sign Language, there's French Sign Language, there's obviously American Sign Language. Those are some of the more popular ones. It's just like any other language, how people have different dialects of the same language. So Spanish, there's the overall Spanish, and then each different country it changes a little bit. And same with ASL, there's the basics, and then from country to country and culture to culture, they change a little bit. And you have to know which kind your student knows, and that'll help. But there are basics you can learn to help in teaching and help with your students. When I become a teacher, one thing I want to implement in my classroom is sign language, whether it's in my general education classroom, whether it's in a special education classroom. I think it's very important for students to know this, because they'll be able to talk to people and other students that can't communicate with them through words. And I think sign language is an amazing thing for students to learn, even if it's just basics, even if it's just the numbers and certain ways to say hello, or how are you, what's up, do you want to hang out, stuff like that, so they can get to know other students. And the students that sign will see this as a great opportunity for them, because they'll be able to talk with other students and not feel left out in certain situations. So that's my project. Thanks for listening.